Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Thor Ragnarok. Let's do it. Thor Ragnarok is the latest offering from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the third Thor standalone film. It's directed by Taika Waititi and stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Cate Blanchett, Idris Elba, Mark Ruffalo, Jeff Goldblum, Tessa Thompson, Karl Urban, Anthony Hopkins, and Taika Waititi. Imprisoned, the mighty Thor finds himself in a lethal gladiatorial contest against the Hulk, his former ally. Thor must fight for survival and race against time to prevent the all-powerful Hela from destroying his home and the Asgardian civilization. Now, I'll say, I liked the first Thor movie. I didn't love it, but I liked it. The second one didn't do a whole lot for me. I'm not sure if I ever actually finished it. I found it kind of boring. I loved Ragnarok. Easily my favorite of the three, and it might climb up in my MCU rankings. I'm not sure yet. I gotta sleep on it a little bit more. But I really enjoyed it. It's all kinds of fun. It's got heart. It's very funny. But let's break it down. Chris Hemsworth is great in this movie. We know he's good at playing Thor. One thing that I learned from the Ghostbusters reboot, which I didn't really care for, dude has really good comic timing, and he really gets to show it off in this flick. Plus, he is super cut. I would argue that he's probably in better shape than I am. Now, Mark Ruffalo, again, is great as the Hulk. We know him, we love him from the Avengers movies. He's great in those, and he's even better in this one. The Hulk's talking now. I know he's said a few things in past movies, but he's a little bit more conversational now. And the way Ruffalo plays him as the Hulk when he's engaged in conversation is really, really funny. And in some ways, this movie is kind of a buddy comedy between the Hulk and Thor, which works wonderfully. Tom Hiddleston, again, he's very solid as Loki. He doesn't bring anything terribly new to the character of Loki this time around, but I enjoyed watching him. Tessa Thompson, who I only really know from Westworld, she was really good on that show. She's great in this movie. She kicks all kind of ass, but she manages to be really, really funny, endearing. She's great. Jeff Goldblum does the best Jeff Goldblum impression I've ever seen. He's not playing a character in this movie. He's playing Jeff Goldblum under a different name. And it's so much fun. It's a joy to watch. I loved every second that dude was on the screen. Gothed out Cate Blanchett. Yes, please. I'm hopelessly attracted to Cate Blanchett, and I just love her as an actress, and she's fabulous in this flick. For such a, prestigious actress to be playing, this kind of somewhat ridiculous superhero villain, you can tell she's having all kinds of fun with it. She's chewing every scene. She's just letting her hair down and having a great time. She's kind of doing that Galadriel thing,
would have a queen more terrible than the dawn. All shall love me and despair.
She's kind of doing that. And I dug it. Plus her outfit is so cool. Those antlers? Amazing. Taika Waititi also is in the movie. He plays this sort of rock monster character, alien character named Korg. And he's this big, huge bruiser with this, really high little voice with his, very musical Kiwi accent. He's just this big, huge guy who walks on the screen. He's just like, hey, man, it's hilarious. And again, every second he was on screen, I was smiling or I was laughing. More of him, please. Now, as I've been saying, this movie is very funny. In a lot of ways, it is a comedy. But I think to Taika Waititi's credit, he knows when to turn it off. While there are a lot of jokes throughout the entire film, when it gets to a serious scene, he shuts it down. And that's good, because then you still feel the stakes. It's not just a goofy comedy. I will also say, slapstick can be very, very cheap if it's not done properly. When it's done properly, slapstick can be delicious. It's perfect in this film. There are 3 or 4 moments of slapstick that I can think of off the top of my head, and they had me tears coming down. I was laughing so hard. There are a few cameos in this movie, which I will not spoil here because they brought me joy. One of them I caught right away. The other 2 took me a little while to place. Once I got them, I was laughing my head off. The film is visually absolutely beautiful. It's really, really colorful. And we get some flashbacks at one point, and it looks like a painting. It's absolutely gorgeous. The CGI throughout the film is also really, really solid, except for one moment with Hela when she's fighting looked pretty digi. And that's another thing I want to talk about while we're talking about Hela. I wish she had been just a little bit more powerful in this film. They talk about how she's the goddess of death and she derives all of her power from Asgard. And while she kicks a lot of ass in the movie, she's just beating down fools left, right, and center and throwing spears and all this kind of stuff, it still feels a little bit hyperbolic to say she's this powerful as the goddess of death, and it never really gets there. I didn't really get the impression that she was 10 times as powerful as Thor or anything like that. So I wish they had upped it on that level a little bit. There is one shot in the movie, and the whole movie is shot really, really well, but there is one shot that was just mind-boggling to me, and I'm going to try and articulate it to the best of my ability. We'll see how that goes. So there's a shot of two people walking down a hallway coming towards the camera, and the camera is panning in on them from above, and as they pass under the camera looks down at the top of their heads. But then the floor that they're walking on is mirrored, and the camera basically goes down into the reflection of the floor, which is now reflecting them walking upside down, and then flips all the way back over, so we're looking at them walking straight up, but we're actually technically looking at the reflection. It blew my mind. So well done, Taika Waititi. Good job, sir. Also, Immigrant Song, they promised it in the trailer. It's in the movie twice, actually. It works so well because it's such a driving, pounding song, and it just works beautifully. Clearly, I was a huge fan of Thor Ragnarok. I don't know if I'm going to see it in theaters again, but I'll definitely see it when it gets its digital release because I'm dying to see this thing again. It's very funny. It's filled with heart. It's fun. It's a roller coaster. It's just a great time at the movies. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Thor Ragnarok. And I think I'm going to give Thor Ragnarok a... out of 10. So now I want to know, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok? Where do you think it falls as far as the Thor movies, the MCU movies in general? What's your favorite MCU movie? And here's a question. When do you think we're going to get the Infinity War trailer? Maybe with The Last Jedi? I could see it dropping like right when The Last Jedi gets released. I don't know. Hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.